Children's pastors and leaders from across the region gathered in Kampala for the inaugural East African Children's Pastors and Leaders Conference at Namirembe, where they received refresher training and practical guidance on raising children who are emotionally, spiritually, and socially grounded.
Equals 2 plus 2 equals.
The participants were addressed by multiple presenters who shared actionable tips on child upbringing and underscored the urgent need for the church to take the lead in shaping the next generation.
Every child that is on the program is given educational support so that they go to school. Now with compassion targets the children living in extreme poverty. That primary group, they're already living in real poverty and access to education is very hard. So this is why this is a priority that no, if we are going to minister to a child, let's make sure they get to school. They may not get to the best schools, but what we have, can we send a child to school so that at least we develop them intellectually?
We need to choose to give that to the Lord, as though we take it to the foot of the cross and we take it off. Lord, I give to you my fears of the future. I give to you my worries of the future and all the what-ifs that I'm worried about. And I choose to give it to you.
Delivering a statement on behalf of all children's pastors and leaders, Reverend Richard Rukundo, the provincial children's coordinator, said members had committed to strengthening child resilience by applying the knowledge and skills gained from the conference.
We commit to building resilience in children, acknowledging that resilience is developed through experience, encouragement, and training. Children must be taught, must be taught courage, perseverance, and the understanding that mistakes are part of learning. Instilling resilience is vital because children will one day face challenges without our immediate support. Finally, we reiterate that children matter. Children matter. Is that true? They matter to God, and therefore they must matter to the church and the nation. Ministry to children is not optional or secondary. It is a priority.
Also present was Reverend Canon William Ongeng, the provincial secretary, who acknowledged the critical and often underestimated role that children's pastors play in nurturing the younger generation.
In that empty paper, which is the mind of the child, will become a permanent notion or a permanent color, like these colors you are using here, which will never go away from our mind. So you are precious, you are important, you are people of substance. That's why I'm addressing you to say that please let that call, the calling that God has given you, become your future hopes that you will see.
Representing the Archbishop as chief guest, the chairperson board of the Household and Community Transformation, Right Reverend James Sewagala, challenged pastors and leaders to extend children's ministry to rural communities where most vulnerable children reside.
I want to challenge you people who have attended this conference. Many of you are urban dwellers, but our main challenge is in the rural setting. You go in the village, you see the children who have no, you see, it's not their fault that they were born and born in such a circumstance. But you find that there are no programs for these children.
Bishop Sewagala emphasized the need for church to prioritize children's teachers by establishing dedicated training colleges and ensuring that children's ministry workers are placed on a clear salary structure.
If such issues can be discussed, I think we can begin to see something. If you can have a training school for Sunday school teachers, I think something can come up. If a college is set up for Sunday school teachers and say, let dioceses identify people who can come, they come, and when they come, they are trained, and they go back as we send back priests and lay readers.
He further expressed disappointment with politicians who, he said, continue to campaign for voters without presenting meaningful programs for children, despite children being the future of the nation.
Even the politicians, when you hear what they are saying, they don't include in their programs children. And at one time I was telling politicians, it was a great occasion. And I was preaching and telling them that stop looking at children as children. Because when you look at a child as a child, you will neglect the child. But this child you see here is going to become an adult tomorrow. And I was urging the government to set up proper programs for children.
So I want to pray that please pray for Uganda, for Tanzania. You pray for Ugandans, Kenyans pray for Ugandans. East Africa is becoming a difficult region now in as far as politics is concerned. And I don't know, because if we keep like this, what about our children that we are working for? How will they be like? Because we are going to destroy the country and they have nowhere to inherit.